So same thing for graphing slope-intercept form that we just talked about. I'm going to have you do some intermittent steps here. There you have to actually say which direction you're going. So like the first slope is -1/4. I automatically just put that there's a negative. I automatically just put it on the top, unless it'll take me off the graph. So that means we're going to go down 1, and then it's always going to be right, unless of course it takes you off the graph. So rarely do you go left on the bottom. Put the negatives on the top. Okay, and our y-intercept is going to be the number over here. That's not in front of the variable. We learned. Remember, y-intercept is the same as 0, that number. You'll see we call it b. Technically, x-intercept could be 8, but we don't use it in this case, so that's why there's no a on there. Just go straight to b. All right. So then you put your y-intercept at 1, 2, 3. Right. Now you might need to use the slope a few times. I wouldn't recommend just going down 1/4 and then just drawing your line. I'd say do it a couple times. So go down 1/4, down 1/4. But then also reverse it, go up 1, left 4, so you have because the more points you have, the straighter your line is going to be. And if accuracy is important, the more points will make you more accurate. Okay? And then, of course, you're going to use a straight edge. It's going to go across the entire graph. Right? And make sure you have arrows at both sides. So straight line, use a straight edge. Straight edge does not mean ruler. You don't need to measure anything. You just need something straight. The side of your binder, the side of your phone, fold the paper that you're writing on, and it's straight. Right? So no excuse for not having an exact, perfect straight line. You can use pretty much anything, and that will work. And just like we just finished practicing, like on number 2, if it's missing a number, like this one's missing the run because there's no denominator underneath, we'll have to know like 3 is the same as 3/1. You really need all 3 numbers to start. You need 2 slope numbers, the rise, the run, and then the y-intercept. If you don't have 3 numbers to start, you need to fill them in. So this is going to be up 3 and right 1. And we're starting at -4 on the y-axis, which is the same as 0, -4. You don't need to put the 0, -4 part, the 0, just for you to see so you know exactly where it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can go up 3, right, up 3, and right 1 a few times. Right, use a straight edge, and then you connect it all. Also make sure that your slope direction matches your graph. So if this is a positive, this should be going up. Right? Positive, it's growing. And if your slope is a negative, like it was right here, we had a negative slope in the beginning. So before we started any numbers, we already knew this should be going down. And positive and negative doesn't necessarily mean good or bad, because if you're talking about going up, this could be like next week when we start doing word problems. This could mean like crime going up. So positive doesn't necessarily mean a good thing; it just means something decreasing. And the negative slope could mean, number of people, hungry or something, and it's going down. So that's a good thing, even though it's a negative slope. It just means something's growing or going down. Now, one thing we have not covered. Go down to number 5. Which one is the slope? Which one is the y-intercept, and how do you know that? Which one's the slope? 4. So you notice how the order is different here. So we could rewrite this as 4x minus 2. I just don't want you to put the first number as the slope, the second number as the y-intercept. It's whatever's next to the x is the slope, right? So it doesn't matter the order. It's what it's associated with. Okay. Other than that, it's just a lot of practice on filling in the missing numbers. Like on number 6, we have to make it 3/1x plus 0. So if there's only one number given, you have to know what the other 2 are. So 3 is the same as 3/1. Y-intercept missing, it's plus 0. So you know where to start and you know where to move to. So each of these can be pretty fast. As you guys know, when there's a lot of problems, that means each problem is short. If there's only 6 problems, you know each of those are going to be longer. So the number of minutes it takes to complete this is not longer or shorter than anything else. Keep that in mind. Okay. And I think that's about it for this. Just a lot of good practice. Yeah, on number 10, that's the only one we really didn't talk about today. See how it's different? It starts with x equals. So what kind of line is this? Yeah, that's vertical. No y-intercept at all. It only has an x-intercept. So when it's x equals, that's the intercept. So this goes through 4, 0 because it's x equals. So you go to 4, 0, and it's a vertical line. No slope or undefined slope, and no y-intercept. So when it's x equals, that means it's an x-intercept, 4, 0, or whatever the number is, 0. The one that's kind of different, it's not a function. We don't spend a lot of time with it, but we still need to know, identify it. Now that we have the ability to graph diagonal lines, we're going to go back to Desmos next week, and you can start making some art projects with horizontal, vertical, and diagonal lines now. So that's what we're gearing up for next week. At the end of this, you guys are going to do a nice big project where you basically make your own art project consisting of horizontal, vertical, and diagonal lines. Anything you want, and you're just going to design it all on the computer using domain range and everything. So that's where we're heading. Well, depending if it's a big enough project, yeah. Okay, so got a few minutes.